longer than we have to. Let's get it over with. Hello.
Hey, pal. How the heck are you?
Hi, Brian. Now, is this Brian or the real Don?
This is the real Brian.
Oh, okay, Brian.
The only son of the great God of ours. You know, I figure, Stan, once you were off, it wouldn't take long for Miami Vice to be off, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But,
well, the first two shows were good.
Yeah.
The one with Eddie last week was not that hot. I'm sorry, Ed. It was just the script wasn't that good. But
no, it's gone downhill ever since you left.
Now I'll never get a shot on the show.
But I want you guys to congratulate me. I just graduated out of EJ's JA, which is Juniors Anonymous.
Oh, great.
It took me what?
Well, wouldn't this be great if we got two chronics in a row that got a life?
Yeah.
You and Beth, man, that would be great. Maybe we could match you two up together.
I still fall back and put on the shades every once in a while, but, you know, that's just for old time's sake.
How about the business? Did you open up out in Broward?
No, I opened in Dade. I'll be opened up December 1st.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to let me plug it, yeah, I'll be open in December 1st.
Great.
Yeah, it's cool. But, hey, congratulations on the other junior.
Yeah, well, he'll be coming.
You wimped out and didn't go in, huh?
No, not yet.
Oh.
No, any day.
Any day?
Any day. I'm going to go in, yeah.
Oh, great. I'm sure
Absolutely.
that's going to be super fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But, Neil, congratulations on your show. You sound a lot better.
Thank you. You're right.
You do.
Are you going to do an opening for him here?
I'd love to, and Neil knows it. So I've been in the works. It was going to be a surprise, but since you've said something...
Well, let's get with it, Brian. I mean, the other thing, we played to death that Neil wakes me up in the morning, which was great.
Yeah, I noticed that, and thank you very much. I mean, I got a lot
It was great. We can't help it that it was you, but it was great.
You know how I discovered that by accident. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't play it. You wouldn't even play it.
Right, and Neil was gone or on vacation.
Was.
Yeah, Neil was on vacation or something, and I put it in by accident. I thought I grabbed one part, and I grabbed that one by mistake, and we loved it so much. That's true.
It was great. A little long, but it was okay.
It was. Well, you know, you're right.
Hey, Brian, what's the band doing now?
I've got a new band now.
Yeah.
And we're putting it all together, and when it's all finished up, I'll let Neil know, and I'm sure he won't tell a soul, but but I'd just like to see you get back on the air. Those fools on She, of course, you know. But we'd love to see you back on the air, Stan. You left a great void out there.
Thank you, Don Jr.
And I'll keep this short. I'm sure Neil loves that, but...
you bet.
Listen, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, you know what I mean?
You too.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye.
Okay, well, it is almost Thanksgiving, and it's always good to hear from an extra turkey on Thanksgiving.
Come on.
No, he's okay. He's all right. He's calmed down a lot, obviously, right? He's got his life under control.
Well, that's not...
Everybody got their life under control except me.
Well, you're going to be next.
Yeah, right.
Miami, hello.
Hey, Stan, it's good to hear from you again.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you called.
Well, we're going to make some bumper stickers for you.
All right.
What do you want on these?
Where is Stan Major?
Okay.
All right.
What number should we use?
What do you mean, what number?
We got to put a phone number there for them to
call. Yeah, let's give Stan's home number.
No, let's don't.
Okay. You got to get a job, Stan. You ought to get rid of that, if I can say, get rid of Kane.
Oh, come on, don't do... I told you, Kane is too good for Miami. You ought to be in L.A. or New York.
Steve said if they're willing to pay him off, he's all for it.
I'll buy Kane's plane ticket.
How about 976 Stan?
That sounds good.
There you go. Although don't get hooked up on that deal I did. I don't think you'll make too much money off of that.
Oh, really?
If you
well,
live
Stan, we want to get
that.
you back on the air.
Oh, well, the bumper strips would be great.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
just send them here, pal. They'll get to the right party.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Steve will be happy to give out.
Okay, you have a good one now.
Yeah.
Okay. Miramar, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Is this Stan?
No.
Yes.
This is Neil.
This is Neil? Oh,
yeah.
Well, tell Stan to hang in there. If he wins the lottery, then he can buy his own station.
Okay.
Okay. And listen, I want to know why people don't tip in the restaurant business. They go in, they order, they drive you crazy, you serve them, and then they don't tip.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, probably call back at 2:05 because that's going to be Steve's subject today, okay?
No, I tell her because
she's a joke.
She's in South Florida. That's
Yeah.
That's
Lady,
fine.
Please, stop waiting on those friends.
I mean, I'm unemployed and I tip. All right.
Boca, hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, first-time caller.
A legitimate caller on the Boca line. This is a rare experience on his show, sir. There's about 3 today.
I'm 31. I just want to thank you for innovative radio in this pathetic market. One of the first things I ever heard was over on the other station was hysterical. It was, I believe, it was a legal ID for WINZ, and it sounds like your guest there had done that. Something about kicking ass from...
No, that was Dave Graveline who did that.
Oh. You wouldn't happen to have that, would you?
Would I have it? I'll tell you one thing. I'd give anything if I did have it, but the program director over there has got it closeted away, spirited away, in a deep, dark place. And I'd be very happy to help him put a lot of other things in a deep, dark place, too. You know what I'm saying? Starting with my foot.
Exactly. Well, just keep up the good work. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Okay, you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You know, it's interesting, that thing that Graveline did, that we just found it sitting on a cabinet.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking
used to
about.
sit.
Kicking ass.
You never heard us play that? I played the hell out of it. See, one thing that I always have learned is if you find something that they might get nervous about, play the crap out of it, and then, you know, later on, if they come in and take it, at least you've milked it for everything you can get.
Yeah.
Here, it's different. Speaking of playing the crap out of it, there he is. Just get out of our lives and have a wonderful life. Anyway, what was I saying? So anyway, we get this great thing that we find on a cabinet.
No.
And it was like, kicking ass, 50,000 watts, WINZ. It was hysterical because here they're trying with this all-news image, you know, and it was funny.
Yeah.
And we played the daylights out of it for about 2 or 3 days, and then the Rose called me in, as usual, you know, like, come on, let's go talk. And it seems that the AM program director didn't have a sense of humor.
Oh, my goodness.
Which I know comes as a great shock to you.
Oh, really?
Is that incredible? We had to pull it?
You would have liked it because it said, even in the Bahamas.
He's the only guy I've ever worked for who has been embarrassed to tell me about my ratings because they were so good.
Yeah.
I mean, embarrassed.
Hey, listen, the day... No, wait a minute.
Mumbling.
Wait a minute. We got a witness right here. No,
you know?
seriously, you weren't there yet. This was after the spring book came out, before you came. And it was the day, and you know how he used to sit at the computer? We're talking about the program director. Sit at the computer and get all the numbers and give them out and everything, run all around the building like a chicken with his head cut off. And I'm sitting there, and I'm saying, okay, where are they? Because we knew we were going to have a good book because we were following the trends, and I think we had about a 7-something. I had a 7 in the winter book, and now the spring book was coming out. We had a 7, 9, or an 8 or something in the trend, so we knew it was going to be a good book. That was the book we got a 9 share, and we had to practically pound this guy in the head to get him to turn loose with the numbers. Yeah. That's what a douchebag he is.
Oh, I'm sure he's...
And he was hostile.
Oh, I'm sure he's loose
hostile.
with their great numbers now, their 2s and their 19s. I'm sure he's handing out
They're really
stuff
doing
all over
that all news, man. All snooze all day.
Gravitate toward mediocrity.
Trust him. Okay, let's go to Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. This is a real treat to have Stan on there today. Stan, I just want you to know I wrote a letter and I called and I, told them, well, if they took you off the market, that was it. I wasn't going to listen to WINZ, and I've never turned them back on my dial.
I haven't either, ma'am. I haven't.
You have a lot of company, dear. Trust me.
And now Zeta's doing the same thing. I mean, well, after you left, Neil, they lost, I think, half their... advertising anyway.
Yeah.
They lost quite a few. But especially since that new guy's on there, I mean, music's fine. You can turn it on, listen to it all the time between commercials on the FM. But, you had something really good going there, and they blew that, too. They would have, if they would have been smart, Zeta, they would have had you on and then had Stan come on after you.
If I could tell you how many times I had that conversation with him and begged and I pleaded.
Gonzer, I can't stand to listen to him. He's like a sick Joey Reynolds,
Well, just think of this, ma'am. Here is a manager who had an opportunity to have the #1 rated radio station in this market by simply putting me on following Neil.
That's right.
That's all they had to do. They would have automatically been
crop.
#1 in this market, and they chose not to do that.
Yeah, well, they want to be, you're forgetting, they want to be #3.
Yeah.
They don't want to be
I think they want to be number 10.
I think they want to be 12, actually.
Yeah.
Or 23, as the case may be.
Whatever the last one is. They got a death wish, that's for sure.
You got it.
And I noticed they even put a muzzle on Dave now.
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Already?
When I haven't been listening to him that much anymore since since yesterday, right? But he's not allowed hardly to say anything.
Well, good luck to him.
Yeah, well,
maybe they'll put 2 or 3 more people on the morning show, and nobody will be able to say this.
Then they can all talk at the same time like they're doing anyway, and you won't be able to understand any of it, so they can't get in any trouble.
I guess.
Okay, you have a good one now.
Good luck to you on good luck on your diet. Are you going to eat over Thanksgiving or not?
No, I'm sure not. I'm going to do just what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, that's
be
great.
A good little boy.
You're giving me encouragement to do it too.
Well, you do it. It's going to be great.
Okay, thanks a lot, Neil.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I don't know if a lot of people may have forgotten, but last summer when you were on midday, you and I were on midday, Stan followed us in the afternoon. We were the #1 real radio station in South Florida.
Oh, yeah. They had a 6.4.
Behind only Life and QBA.
Station had a 6.4. Incredible demographics. They were kicking ass all over the place. And then, you see, the first big mistake, and this is where I disagree with you, although it helped me tremendously because in terms of income it helped a lot. getting off the AM and going on to FM and then coming back here. But when they started messing up the AM without any regard as to what would happen to it, and then they stuck Jay in there. And I like Jay. Jay's a good guy, but Jay is not a talk show host, and he's never going to be.
He's a great guy.
And that thing that he was doing there at midday that you had to follow, by the way, every day, you couldn't define it. God only knows what it was.
Let me let the cat out of the bag and just say one thing about what they told me when they, quote, let me go. They gave me a humongous check and let me go. They did pay me up until September 1st, which was
through the rest of your contract.
They said, and you have to think about this argument for a little bit, and then it'll finally get to you. They said that the reason they had to take my program off, which was number one, was because they couldn't find anybody to precede me to replace you.
Yeah, sure.
So think about that. In other words, that was the excuse for dumping the number one show in the afternoon, is because they couldn't find anybody to do 10 to 2.
Well, first of all, a logical thing would have been, and we talked about this often, for them to put you on midday 10 to 2, so that people who listen to me in the morning on FM would have then turned right over to you. I mean, there were a lot of people who saw that who weren't even radio people. It was just obvious.
Right.
And then an afternoon drive, they could have found somebody to do afternoon drive, or they could have gone back to doing news again. What difference does it make?
Right.
Sure.
But don't confuse them with the facts, man. And one thing I learned about them over the 4.5 years I worked there is anything that makes sense, they will never do it.
No.
And that can be said again. 149 at WIOD. We'll come right back, get a few more calls in with Stan. Right now, we want to tell you about Char Hut. Fantastic burgers, grilled chicken breast, delicious Italian sausage, great onion rings, the best in town, and lots more with those special Char Hut toppings. And you'll find 6, soon to be 7 Char Hut locations all over South Florida. They're in Fort. And I wish Lori would get me the better locations on this with the addresses. I don't want to get pushy with her, but I've noticed that these things seem to take a great deal of time. They're in Fort Lauderdale, like somewhere around in Fort Lauderdale, in Sunrise, Tamarack, Davie, Hollywood, Miami, and soon to be somewhere in Margate, like in December. And now they've gone and created their own money at Char Hut that you can spend in their restaurants for hats, T-shirts, Sony FM Walkman radios from overseas electronics, BMX bikes and skateboards from International Bicycle Shop, high-tech kitchen radios from the Ultimate Markdown on Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, the home of surprise shopping, and more. So you get in for a great lunch or dinner real soon, and tell them Neil sent you by to Char Hut, 152 at WIOD. And we got Ray on the hotline. Is that Ray Knapp by any chance? Ray!
Hello, Stan.
Hey, Ray.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Ray.
Listen, don't mention the name of my place, will you? I don't want to plug.
Oh,
okay, we won't mention the Brick Oven.
No, don't do it. I didn't call for that.
How are things at the Brick Oven?
You embarrass me.
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
I just want to congratulate Stan on his new show. I knew Neil wouldn't laugh. Are you going to take...
Well, you know what Ernie says. That Neil gets fired everywhere he goes.
You going to take Glenn with you as co-host?
Glenn can go any place I go.
You guys are great. I miss you.
Well, what can we tell you?
Hey, keep up the work.
Okay, thanks, Ray.
Good to hear from you, Ray.
Take care of yourself.
You know why Ernie likes to hang around there at the Brick Oven, don't you, Stan?
Why?
Well, they have ovens there.
Oh, is that
it? Anywhere they have ovens, man, he gets all excited. And he starts getting material for his next show. Okay, let's go to Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Neil. How you doing? It's Jane from Eats and Treats.
Hey, how you been, Jane?
Good. Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Jane.
How are you?
Great.
I just want to call and say hi to Stan.
Wow.
Hello, dear.
You're a lucky man, Stan.
Yeah, I know it.
Boy, we're getting all these. Not only do we get a ton of food in here today, but we have all these food-related people calling.
That's right. One after another.
That's what we are, huh?
Well,
Stan, your voice sounds good on the air. When are you coming back?
I don't know.
Oh.
I got to find a couple of investors and buy one of these AM stations down here.
Well, find some soon.
Okay. Find me somebody who's got some money.
I'll look around, see what I can do.
Either that or just have them send over some bags of money. Forget the radio station. Just send over some bags of hundreds and,
I'll go to St. Thomas.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, listen, nice hearing from you, Jane.
Hey, have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye. By the way, we will be here on Thanksgiving.
That's right.
And on Friday.
That's pretty incredible. Well, what are you going to do? What have you worked out as far as your Christmas vacation that you always take? Are you going to be able to do that?
Oh, I could if I wanted to. I get still the same 3 weeks, but
really?
I think I'm going to save them up because I want to go to Europe and go to all those places where you were.
I've got to say something about Europe because I haven't had an opportunity. And I'll tell you this. If I did hit the lotto, I would just pick up Lori, the baby, the family, and I would move to Switzerland. And I would never come back to this country again as long as I live. Switzerland is the most fantastic place I've ever been in my life, and you got to go. You got to go to Switzerland.
Oh, I'm going to go next summer. I'm going all over Europe.
Yeah, just absolutely fantastic.
Which means I got just a few months to lose all that weight, right? Because I'm not going to go. I'm not going to be on a diet going on vacation.
Oh, no,
I'll tell you that.
No. After you lose your weight and you feel real good, you're ready to,
I'll be ready.
See Europe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where to go because we had the most fantastic 3 weeks, just absolutely unbelievable.
So what was it about those plane tickets? 155 at WIOD. Don't answer the question.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to Miami. Hello.
How you doing?
Great.
Neil.
Yeah.
I'm calling you. I work at one of the major jewelry companies.
Yes, sir.
And I have a radio. I fought to get a radio in here to listen to your show, and I had 3 blue hairs come in.
Yeah.
And they were listening to me, and they got real close to the window where I work at, and they're coming in and going, "You listen to Neil Rogers?" Because they ripped old lady, and they were complaining. They got the manager on my back.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Tell them to kiss off.
Oh, but they were complaining and whining and screaming. And then after they all do this, then they tell me, "Can you do something for me for free?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you
Unbelievable.
go.
And Stan, I miss you, and only if.
Yeah, right.
Only if. Hey, another one of our stars. Okay,
all right,
Pat.
have a good one, you guys.
Thanks a lot. Well, listen, he was an important part of that call.
You bet.
He was like the cue in that call. You know, once he got by, and then there was that woman, and then came the magic call.
Yeah.
It was him. Boca, hello.
Hello.
Another real call?
This is Veggie from Boca.
Hey, Veg, how you doing?
All right, how you doing? I've been trying to get in the past week here, but they keep on disconnecting me, and you guys have...
Well, you've been a little bit chronic, but that's okay. You're all right.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to call to say hi and wish you happy Thanksgiving because I might be going out of town. And that's all I really want to tell you.
Don't you want to say hello to Stan?
Who?
Bird?
No, Stan. Harry. Stan Major.
Oh, Stan.
He's been on the show like the last 2 hours, Veg.
Yeah, I remember.
Now we know where you got your name, Veg.
Is that the guy that was like a while ago?
Yeah, a while ago. He used to be on 2 to 6 on WINZ.
I remember him.
There you go.
I remember. And then
but you still don't want to say hello to him. Well, why don't you say hi?
Oh, how you doing, Stan?
Okay, Veg.
I really did.
It's obviously made a big impact on your life.
Is it really? If he's just been gone for a couple of months.
Yeah,
Veg.
it's not like he's been off the air for 5 years. He's only been a short while.
Oh, well, see, I'm thinking of when...
Joey Reynolds, I know.
Someone else took over another spot. This is going back a couple of years ago that somebody else took over a spot. I guess WIOD changes people left and right.
This sounds like a chronic IOD listener.
No, Veggie, what, are you a chronic IOD listener?
No, I usually...
I mean, we want you to be now, but not in the past.
Well, before I used to listen just to Steve Kane.
Oh, okay.
That's why he doesn't know.
Yeah, that's why you don't know who Stan is.
But he was the guy listening to King.
Right, but I always listen to Neil all the time on Zeta.
Like I said, you're a good guy, Veg. We'll see you later. Okay. Fort Lauderdale on 5. Hello.
Neil Rogers? Stanley Major? Can you tell me where to spend for my free Stanley Major bumper sticker?
See if I could get that lady to call back from Palm Beach.
Boynton Beach, hello.
Hey, Neil, Stan, how you guys doing?
Great.
Okay.
Stan, so don't you know, I'm almost expecting a baby this week.
Really?
Yeah, we've had something in common for a while there.
Let's have a race.
I'll tell you, I just want to wish you the best. And one more thing to Neil and Bird.
Yes, sir.
I saw an ad today on TV for W Snooze. I had never seen Debbie Ellis before.
Oh, boy, did she get
What
in?
a fat pig. What did they use, a
did
wide
they fit her
angle
all
lens?
in on the screen, sir? That's the question.
They must have used a wide-angle lens to fit that porker in there. But, oh, well, I just want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving.
Don't be porky about it, sir.
Wink, wink.
Okay, there you go. Well, I bet you that made Lee Fowler's day, huh? What do you think of that, Lee, huh? What do you think?
He tells the best Debbie Ellis joke.
Yeah, he sure does. Although we're not speaking to Lee anymore until he butches up his act a little bit, okay? Quits having these boring guests on. Well, anyway, it's great having Stan here today, and we obviously, everybody wishes him the best of luck, and somebody's going to call and buy you a radio station. That's it.
Get a clock.
This goes real fast in here, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It goes by
I had
like
a great
lightning.
time. Next time I come back, we'll talk about the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's right.
We'll bring in a couple of guys who didn't like
but
it.
We'll let all this
We'll talk about the Bay of Pigs.
Now I see why you were on this particular day.
Yeah.
This is a very special
Now, stay
day.
tuned for Steve. He's got a real gut-wrenching, disturbing show, and he's going to have some people who are going to destroy all the good feelings we have and great memories about President Kennedy and just turn your whole afternoon into a verbal bloodbath. So stick around for that. And then, of course, Sports Talk, speaking of a verbal bloodbath, coming up at 6. Have a great day, and we'll look for you again tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock right after Uncle Mike Ranieri on 610 WIOD.